So the key thing is to be comfortable. So you can either be lying down for this practice, or you may be choosing to sit in a chair like I am. Um, if you're sitting, I'll just say just have both feet flat on the floor, and that just encourages you to have a balanced spine. You can have your hands just resting in your lap. Now, if you're comfortable doing so, I'm just going to encourage you to close your eyes. If not, you can just gaze at the floor in front of you with a soft gaze. And just placing the tongue on the roof of the mouth, and that's going to encourage the air to circulate through the nose. And then just lowering the chin, if that's comfortable to do so, just ever so slightly, and that just lengthens the spine at the back of the head. So mindfulness is about developing present moment awareness, but it's also noticing how we're relating to our experience. So just at the start of this practice, we're just going to pause and notice how we are. How are we relating to this moment? And then we're not trying to change anything. We're not trying to get rid of anything or make it better. We're just noticing how we are. So we might notice thoughts or how the mind is, or perhaps it may be emotions that we're aware of. We can just give those a mental note, a label. We're not getting lost in a story of why we're feeling a certain way. And we might be also noticing physical sensations in the body. And now just noticing how the posture that we've chosen is for us. So if we need to make any adjustments, that's fine to do so. We often carry a lot of stress in the body as tension. So if we're noticing any tightness in the body at the start of this practice, we can just choose to let that go. A sense of just relaxing a bit more into the posture that we've chosen. As best as we can, just softening the body. So we're relaxing into this posture, and yet we're awake and it's alert. And now we're going to drop our awareness through the body, all the way down to the feet. So if we're sitting, we may be noticing the feet on the floor. If we're lying down, we might be noticing the contact with the heels and the floor. And as we become aware of the feet, just see if we can notice the difference between thinking about the feet and really feeling the feet right now. So we might be noticing pressure or temperature. Maybe there's tingling. Really feeling the feet from the inside out. So it's as though we're shining a spotlight through the dark room, and at the moment it's focused on the feet. That's the spotlight of our attention. And if we notice that the mind is moving away from the feet and is moving into a virtual reality of thinking, it's not a mistake, it's just a habit of the mind to move into a thought. So what we can do here is just notice that, give it a soft mental note, that's thinking. And then without any commentary, we just come back to the practice and we feel the feet again. So we're creating a sensory anchor, physical sensations of the body as a way of enabling us to be here right now. And now we're just going to expand our awareness. So we're aware of the feet, but we're also going to include the ankles. So the ankle joints, skin on the outside, bones in the middle. What do we notice when we pay attention here? And then again, we're going to increase the awareness from the feet and the ankles to include the lower legs. So here we've got the sharp shin bone at the front with the skin pulled across. We've got the calf muscle at the back. So we might be noticing how relaxed or tense the calf muscles are. Perhaps there's contact with the clothes we're wearing, temperature, pressure. And now increasing the awareness again to include the knees. So we're now aware of the feet, the ankles, the lower legs and the knees. Really feeling the knees from the inside out. The kneecaps, the sides of the knees, and the soft underside of the knees. And increasing the awareness again to include the upper legs. So the feet, the ankles, the lower legs, the knees. And now we're including the thighs. So we've got the long bones here between the knees and the hip joints, the thigh muscles. Perhaps we're noticing contacts with the hands or perhaps the seat. And just remembering we can start afresh at any point we notice the mind has moved away and we're time traveling. We can just choose to pause and relax into this body as it sits in this chair and just pay attention to the felt sense of the feet and the legs. And now increasing the awareness again to include the pelvis basin. So the feet and the legs and now the pelvis, the hip joints, the buttocks, the organs here. Noticing contact with the seat, clothes, maybe temperature. And now increasing the awareness again, just include the torso. So the front of the torso and the back of the torso and the sides. So we've got the skin and the spine, the rib cage. Perhaps we're noticing the breath in the diaphragm or the chest. Perhaps the back of the ribs expanding with the breath. Might notice other sensations in the torso, such as the heartbeat or digestion. So we're aware of the feet and the legs, the pelvis, the torso. And now we're just going to include in the awareness the shoulders. So noticing how relaxed or tense the shoulders feel. Perhaps we're noticing the shoulders moving with the breath. And every time the mind moves away, that's fine. This is just part of the practice. Every time we notice and we come back to the felt sense of this body, we're just creating a habit of waking up to this moment. We're creating a habit of noticing when we're thinking. And as we notice our thoughts, we can just give them a mental note that's worrying or that's remembering or planning. And then just come back to the felt sense of this body. There's no need to judge ourselves or for any other commentary. We can just start again and feel this body as it sits in this chair and choose to be here now. And now expanding the awareness again to include the arms and the hands. So as we're noticing the hands, including the thumbs, the index fingers, the middle fingers, the little fingers, the ring fingers, little fingers. As we notice the fingers, we might notice the tingling from the nerve endings. Perhaps there's pressure on the palms and temperature on the back of the hands. And really feeling into the arms. Sense of pulsing and contact with clothes. So we're now aware of the feet, the legs, the torso, the arms, the hands. And we're just going to include the neck, the back of the neck, the sides of the neck, the front of the neck. I notice a sense of tension in the neck. Not changing anything, we're just being curious about what's here. Perhaps we're noticing the sensations of the breath moving through the throat. And now including the face. And as we're noticing the face, we can notice how relaxed or tight the face feels. And also the top of the head, the scalp, the crown. So we're now holding an expanded awareness of the whole of this body as it sits in the chair, from the top of the head all the way down to the feet on the floor. So really feeling into the spaciousness of this body. And as we're feeling into the body, just noticing where we experience the sensations of the breath most vividly. And we're just going to move our awareness there. So that might be at the end of the nose. We might be experiencing the air moving in and out the nostrils. Or maybe it's down in the chest. We're noticing the chest rising and falling with the breath. Or maybe it's down in the diaphragm. We're feeling the felt sense of the belly or the backs of the ribs expanding and releasing with the breath. So we're not changing the breath, we're just really feeling the physical sensations of breathing right now as a way of gathering our attention. And we're creating a sensory anchor here to give us more chance of being here right now, rather than lost in a virtual reality of thinking. So we're fully knowing that we're breathing. As the air is moving in the body with the in-breath. And we're fully knowing that we're breathing as the air leaves the body with the out-breath. And at any point during our day, we're noticing that we're becoming reactive to events or even our thoughts. We could just choose to pause and come back to this place in the body where we connect to the breath. Or we could even just choose to drop our awareness down to the felt sense of having the feet on the floor. A chance to connect with presence. And in a short while, we're going to hear the bell sound. And as the bell sounds, it's an invitation for us to open our eyes when it feels right for us to do so. So just allowing the eyes to open. Often it's helpful to stretch and yawn after we finish a practice because we often realize how tired we actually are. And especially in current situation too, we carry a lot of stress with us in the body. So I hope you found that session beneficial. As I said earlier, we're going to be running a number of these sessions and different practices each time. So the next one's on the 25th. So I really hope you can join me live for that one. On our website, so www.catalyst14.co.uk, underneath mindfulness resources. So if you look on the resources page and mindfulness, you'll find a whole host of free MP3s to download that can just support you in between when I see you next. You know, this is just about regularity of practice. The science shows us, around about 3 hours of practice now, and there starts to be significant changes in the brain which help us regulate not just our concentration, but also our emotional response as well, which again, because of what we're facing currently, can really support our well-being. So look forward to seeing you on the next session. Go well, and yeah, see you soon.